lads, so alongside the end of month news that we did get, we also got official information of our next resurrection batch that is scheduled to drop tomorrow. So this surprisingly was not data mined. But on the bright side, it does appear that Caleb are now starting to resurrect some of those Chronicle Quest characters. We did see early last year that they skipped over a bunch of banners, mainly characters that were featured as Chronicle Quest bonuses, and it was a tad bit disappointing because some of those characters are actually good, and I'm kind of hoping characters like the Bond version of Chad and also Weekend, for example, get some good resurrections, hopefully similar to 1000 Year Blood or Yachi Unohana. And people for the last couple of months were wondering if we were ever going to get these characters resurrected, and now it looks like we are. Orihime in particular is a Chronicle Quest bonus. She's now gotten resurrected, and then 2 weeks ago too, we also had the resurrection of the New Year's banners, and Hanachiro and Rukia also Chronicle Quest bonuses. So all those characters that got skipped over last year now look to potentially be getting resurrected in the year 2023. Additionally, we might be back to the resurrection schedule of getting a resurrection batch every 2 weeks. You know, ever since 1000 Year Blood was started to air back in October, we've been getting a new resurrection batch every 2 weeks. But I was under the impression that maybe they were only doing that for 1000 Year Blood War. But now that the 1000 Year Blood War resurrections are on pause, at least until July, when the anime starts to air again, I thought we were going to go back to one resurrection batch per month, but we have this right here, so maybe we are back to the 2 week schedule. But I'd say we have to mainly wait for next month to find that out fully, mainly because even last year, end of year and also anniversary in July, we would always get 2 resurrection batches. So it's not set in stone, but again, we'll find out probably next month. If we get 2 resurrection batches next month, it looks like we are back on the 2 week schedule, which is good. It means more orbs, more resurrections, more characters to talk about. So in this case, the new resurrections are Orihime, Yukio, and also Jackie. Now, from what I heard from Envy, these characters apparently don't get the best of resurrections. So let's find out exactly what they're going to pick up. Alright, so first we're having a look at Yukio. So going down to his skills, his 6-star, right? So he's a 20% normal attack damage soul trait. In this case, a status augment duration wouldn't be too bad. Recharge also wouldn't be too bad. And I guess DR would also be nice too. You know, damage reduction and also normal attack damage is a pretty decent combo. But then again, there's a lot of characters that do get that. And personally, like, I don't need any more of those soul traits. So I wouldn't mind if he picks up maybe paralysis duration. Let's quickly check out the skills he does have. So he doesn't have any immunity here, so picking up paralysis duration wouldn't actually be a bad idea because he actually does want to inflict paralysis, and that could be good for maybe the Swordbird Guild quest or wherever there is paralysis pause, for example. I believe the captain one mainly. But look at his character skills. He has a 30% berserker, bombardment +1. That's very strange. Bruiser +40, debilitator +5, long reach +20%, and also sprinter +1. Ideally, what you would like to see here, since he is a NAD character, remove the bruiser, pick up flurry. However, I don't see them doing that because he's also technically a hybrid character. Again, one of the last few characters to get that. But I think in this case, he's going to get a similar treatment to some of the other hybrid characters where he's just going to pick up an extra bit of Bruiser Berserker and basically call it a day. He does have 6 skills though, so he might pick up an extra skill. And in this case, maybe weaken defense or weaken attack. Probably weaken attack, you know, that's what I'm feeling. I don't think this character's going to get a good resurrection, but let's check it out. So looking at his soul trait, what did he pick up? He actually got paralysis duration. Okay, so yeah, that's not too bad. Let's quickly check how many characters actually had that when it comes to the mind attribute. So he's actually the only mind character that had this combination. That's not too bad. Again, if you're ever using a NAD character in IT, for example, maybe you have an E-time autoing, maybe you need to use them in Guild Quest, for example. Being able to give that mind character the extra 20% normal attack damage and also paralysis duration is actually really good, especially if you are using a character that again doesn't have that built in. This is again more of a niche soul trait, but I do like the fact that this combination now does exist. Sure, maybe damage reduction would have been a tad bit better, but we have so many of those links, yet we don't have a single combination like this, so I actually don't mind it. Still waiting for the day a character can get NAD and also recharge. It would be a really powerful combination for normal attack damage characters that have, you know, those really good SA2s with debuffs, boost, for example. And maybe that's why Caleb is a tad bit hesitant on giving characters recharge and NADs. But I'm sure the day will come, and I'm hoping it would come eventually. But in this case, normal attack damage and also paralysis duration isn't really that bad of a combo in my opinion. Again, especially because this is the only combination that exists in the mind attribute. And then looking at the skills, he got damage to paralyzed enemies. So that's basically about it. Didn't even get an increase on his Berserker or Bruiser. So that's a tad bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. Even like I didn't even have like that high expectations for this particular character. The soul trait is a niche, I will admit. Like I'm not really gonna use it that much. But if the situation situation ever does come where I need to use it, I will be happy to have this character. It's also weird too that he is a NAD character, but he has significantly more SP. And the damage to paralyze, it's okay. It's anything special. I would have rather just taken an extra 20% bruiser, an extra 20% berserker. Not like that would have mattered anyway. Overall, this resurrection really isn't changing how the character is going to play. He does 20% more damage when you inflict a stat summon, but that's basically about it. He's more so, again, like most resurrections, is going to be 75 orbs and potentially a good link for those that need to use it in a certain guild quest. Next up, we have Jackie. So let's have a look at what she currently has. So she is a strong attack damage plus 25 soul trait. Okay, so what would be ideal here is the character picks up full stamina damage, but I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. I feel like they're going to give her another stat summon duration. I'm hoping that's not the case, because 25% strong attack damage is actually really good, especially in the purpose of guild quests, epic raids, Senkamon, where when you're trying to clear content really fast to the point where you don't need recharge. Having full stamina damage and 25% side is going to be an amazing soul trait, but I just don't see them giving her justice here. Looking at her skills though, she has Bruiser plus 20, Devastation 40, Enhancer, Frenzy, and also Sprinter plus 1. And in this case, she actually has 5 skills, so she is going to pick up 2 new skills, but what would those 2 skills actually be? I think she's probably going to pick up Berserker plus 20%, that's almost a given. As for the second skill, could be weaken attack, could be weaken defense. Does she have any stat summons? She does not. It would be cool if we could actually get a booster skill here. It's not going to happen. I'm not expecting it, but maybe one day. And in this case, looking at what she did pick up, she got stamina recovery. Yikes. That isn't that good. I like me some stamina recovery. I'm not gonna lie. I like me some stamina recovery when it comes to a soul trait. But in this case, strong attack damage and stamina recovery? Nah, you're never gonna use that. Never, ever. That's a tad bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. And when it comes to the skills that she did get, she got the 20% Berserker and she got follow-up. I should have predicted that, honestly. I don't know why they keep throwing a follow-up on SP characters. It makes no sense. I guess in her case, because she doesn't have recharge, she's gonna use her Night String, and I guess that's okay. But yeah, nah, it's annoying. I don't even mind the skills that she got because, you know, it doesn't really change the character all too much. I'm more so disappointed in that soul trait. I know she's a premium character. I know it's Jackie. Caleb didn't really give her special treatment, but damn, this could have been a very powerful soul bomb combination. This could have been a very powerful soul trait combination in my opinion. You know, I'm constantly using strong attack damage and full stamina damage soul traits in a lot of different content, and if she picked up 16% full stamina, that would have been significantly better. Heck, even recharge would have actually been a pretty decent soul trait. Stamina recovery and strong attack damage though, yeah, I never use that. When it comes to stamina recovery links, I mainly only ever use that on recharge builds, DR builds, or even non-attack damage builds. When it comes to strong attack damage, nah. Unfortunately, not a good resurrection in my opinion. And then that leaves us with Orihime. So quickly going into her 6-star, she is a 20% DR soul trait, so hopefully here she picks up 10% normal attack damage. That'll be really good for your Yuhas, for example, your Yashus. That'll be a really good soul trait. Plus, in addition to that, she's going to pick up more stats too, so she's a better link for your, again, Brave Battle characters. Looking at her soul tree, she has a 40% Berserker, a 50% Bruiser, Devastation 30, Sprinter plus 1, and also Weaken Attack. With 5 skills here, she's going to pick up 2 new skills. Ideally, you would hope for her to pick up Flurry, but I don't see them doing that. She's probably going to get follow-up, which in this case wouldn't be bad on her. Maybe a droplet skill, I don't know. And most likely multi-barrier because she does have a barrier SA2. So looking at her soul trait, she got weakened duration. Oh man. You know what? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Hold on, let me quickly check. So in Yuha's case, who again you will use this on, he's immune to weaken. That's actually really poor in my opinion. That's actually very, very disappointing. Again, I don't mind these status and duration soul traits, but the thing with this is like, it wouldn't be bad. Maybe put it on a 16% because my stance on this is like, when you have a rare soul trait like this, an enhanced soul trait, 20% DR, you know, make sure you do the link justice, right? You don't want to make it bad. And in this case, weaken duration on, or any kind of status of duration, especially if it's a good one or common one that you see in Brave Battles, isn't too bad when paired with DR, because again, that means you can just make the character potentially immune to a certain status of duration. This link on someone like Yacha Unohana, for those that are using it in Brave Battles, wouldn't be that bad of a thing, because that means she could potentially be immune to weakening if you give her the bonus ability, or if she doesn't get inflicted by weakening, it's only going to last you know, like what, maybe 2 seconds. Which is good. So this isn't that bad. I would have much preferred just normal attack damage. But at the same time, I would have also liked paralysis duration. That would have been really good because, again, the main character you're going to be using in Brave Battles, or many be using that link, for example, is Yuha, and he can't really take advantage of that because he's already immune to weakening. So that's kind of annoying. It's not really relevant to the current meta unless you're, again, using Yachiru. But maybe sometime in the future, if we get another heart character, and there are more characters in the meta that do inflict weakening, and if we do get a new heart character in the meta that does not have immunity weakening, this would actually be a very good soul trait. So this one, as of right now, not that good unless you're using Yachiru. But in the future, this could be something decent. But that only comes down to Caleb if they make a new heart character that's good, that's immune to weakening. And that's also if he goes up against a character that oftenly inflicts weakening. So the big if this soul trait will be, you know, useful in the future. At the very least though, 20 DI is still good. So it's not too bad, but this soul trait again could have been a tad bit better. And she actually, ooh, Orihime, aye. Okay, that's actually good. This other than the soul trait, this would have been a good resurrection. Okay, so she got Flurry +1. That's great. And also multi-barrier. That's really good. Orihime. This is a good resurrection. All things considered, this is a hefty upgrade. Like beforehand, right? What? She had the 50% bruiser. Unfortunately, the bruiser didn't go up. But she still kept the bruiser and also picked up the flurry on top of it. Flurry +1 and 50% bruiser is good. You know, sure, it's not compared to some of the new characters nowadays, but that's a good upgrade in terms of a resurrection. She's definitely playable now at the very least. And the multi-barrier also makes it a tad bit better. So I know people, you know what, maybe this is a good resurrection because I know people unironically use this. She has Captain Killer. Hold on. This, I take it back. This is a good resurrection. Unironically, you could take it into Brave Bows. You actually can. She doesn't have poison, unfortunately. So that's going to be a problem. But the barrier might help her. And she has Captain Killer. We're going to do some testing. I think I have a 5-5. She might be decent in Brave Bows. Just for the memes of it. If you can max Transcender. Maybe give her a full defense build. That wouldn't be too bad. So you know what? Orihime kind of saved the banner. It's not like an amazing resurrection, but it's a good one. Multi-barrier adds more utility. It's a 5-hit barrier for herself, 3-hit barrier for your teammates. The Flyer +1 is now added damage. If she does get her Soul Bomb off, it's actually not too bad because it weakens their attack, which means they don't do any damage. And it also heals your team. And I guess in this case, if she's up against someone that can constantly inflict weakening, which I don't think there's many characters out there that can do that, it will only last a few seconds. And she is a Captain Killer, so she's going to be doing more damage to someone like Kenpachi, for example. Maybe even kill Kenpachi before Kenpachi can even get to her. Again, the only problem I see with her right now with the idea of using it in Brave Bows is that she is unfortunately lacking points. And most people, to be fair, do have Pierce Barrier. So, yeah, it's a bit of a gimmick. But, you know what? I might have to try it. I might have to try and take into Brave Bows to see how she does perform. So, I think Orihime saved the Resurrection ban, in my opinion. Yukio, unfortunately, didn't really get that good of an upgrade. The Soul Tree, however, is the first of its kind in the Mandachi, so I don't mind it. Tad bit niche though. Jackie unfortunately didn't get the best upgrades and had a real opportunity to be a good Link, so they kind of flopped it on her. And Orihime could have been a better Link, but in terms of an upgrade, she got a good upgrade. So it's a decent resurrection badge. I wasn't expecting one, so I'm just happy to have the orbs. And you know what, I'm gonna have a bit of fun trying out Orihime and Brave Bows, so it might be a tad bit fun. But with that said, I hope you lads enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know what you lads think about these resurrections, and I'll see you lads next time. Take care and peace.